Welcome to this week's edition of Rapid Motion Africa. We're catching up with round 5 of the Pro Tour, Goldwagen Challenge and Formula V. Yet again, the Goldwagen Challenge was some of the most amazing racing you'll see on 4 wheels. And a big thanks to Goldwagen for all of the action. Big field of cars, including Gavin Ross's return and Dean Lester, were here at the arena circuit of Zwartkops for round 5 of the Pro Tour and of the Goldwagen Challenge. Jake Zwartkops leads the championship in Class P with 54 points, Carlos Nobre in second place with 53, and Kwame down in third place in Class B as well with 50. 18 Class A cars about to do battle, and just behind them will be the Class Ps. But VWChallengeSA is the man who had a great improvement this weekend, taking pole position by 0.2 of a second over Ray Wilford and Jason Finney. Down in Class P though, Jannie van Rooyen ahead of Zwartkops and Jake Zwartkops.
So you won the pole class last year and he's into your Class A car. This is your first pole, Wally?
First pole out with this car, first time in Class A for me, so it's a big day. But it's a team game, you know. At the end of the day, I have to say thank you to the guys at Nathan's Motorsport, say thank you to Sorrel from 8 Valve, it's helped me to get here. And we hope we can repeat it.
It's a nice present for your birthday.
Joining me in the commentary booth as per usual, Graham, unbelievable Nathan. We're about to get underway with A and P, and look at these Class A field. What an amazing start there. Not so good from VWChallengeSA though. He's been left on the line a little bit as they go into turn number 1.
Turn number 1, yeah, thanks Greg, is all about Ray Wilford right now. He's got so much space that he can take the line. But he gets it wrong. He gets it all sideways. So does Valdi. A whole bunch of, look out, we're coming through, and Wayne Masters goes around the outside of Valdi. Valdi's have to go defensive. Gavin Ross takes advantage over that and takes that as well.
Sneaks up into third place there, Gavin Ross in the Nobre car, right on Wayne Masters, the Jonas Way Golf there, and right in front, there's the Class P start. Jannie van Rooyen taking advantage of that pole position, and Jake Zwartkops moves up 1 position, right on his tail. Looks like it's Smallberger, who's up into 3rd.
Yeah, Derek put a whole bunch of pressure, and Ryan Thole coming up the inside. Oh, tires, brakes, smoke. Hold on, these guys are all trying to get through this corner at the same time.
Where have we seen that before? Goldwagen a couple of weeks ago. Yes, indeed. Back to the front end of Class A. It's the Fuchs Titan car out in front, and he's got a Fender trailer of note on his tail. Up the inside goes Prinsloo. He's looking for a way pass. Looks like Jason Finney running wide there. Finney has to take sideways stuff here from the other Jonas Way car. Can he handle that?
That's Josh Broom. He's back in the car first time for a long time. But amazing, Jason Finney quite a long way down the field. He's down in 6th position. He's got a whole bunch of work to do, but he's going to really put his head down and have a go. Quinton Thompson, oh, looks like Quinton Thompson's got a problem with the left front wheel. Looks like it had a whole bunch of positive camber. But on board with VWChallengeSA as he tries to get back to the front.
Yeah, he's up into 4th place and pushing hard, trying to get up to Gavin Ross and Wayne Masters. Masters very late on the brakes. Look at how Ray Wilford's car is getting a bit squirrely through turn 4. That's lost him a little bit of ground there up front there. Masters up the inside now in the Golf. Can he make it stick? As they get to the top of the hill, it looks like he might have a go, and he's going to take Gavin Ross with him. Wilford goes defensive, but not able to make it stick. And there's 2 cars overtaking him. 1st to 3rd in 1 corner.
Yeah, losing the momentum has cost him. And VWChallengeSA goes up the inside. Has he got a problem, or did he just make an error? But Gavin Ross is all over Wayne Masters. VWChallengeSA is going, come on guys, you guys scrap and I'll get back to you in no time. Have a look at this racing. This is unbelievable stuff.
It is, as per usual in Goldwagen Challenge. Here they come through the final turn, and look how close it is. This bumper is nearly kissing the front one here, and look, it's absolutely amazing stuff as they go through turn 1. Hardly even coming off the throttle, just lift off slightly and then back onto it full time. Then we go down onto braking markers and down a couple of gears into turn 2. This is a very, very difficult corner. I was here a couple of weeks ago doing some testing, and I'll tell you something, I don't know how these boys do it at this pace.
That's just hectic stuff, and there are 5 cars going at it. Out in Class B, we've got Jake Zwartkops, Jannie van Rooyen. Then we've got Josh Broom, Derek Smallberger, Nico Smith going very, very well the first time out in that, well, first time out at Zwartkops in that car. But Jake Zwartkops is trying as hard as he can to get away. And Derek Smallberger wants to get past Josh Broom. Josh is in Class A and Derek is in Class B, and these guys are getting in the way of each other here. Derek goes up the inside. Nico Smith has a look. Jonathan Roborg-Sonnegaard goes up the inside of Nico as he and a little bit of rubbing there. I'll have a little bit more racetrack, says Jonathan, but Nico goes, no ways, boy. Now it's a drag race. Derek's racing Josh. Nico's racing Jonathan, and Ryan Thole sitting in the background going, come on guys, let's get on with this game. Choose a direction, choose a spot, and let's go.
5 cars abreast into turn 4. Doesn't normally work, and you can see Jonathan Roebuck's on the guard up the inside and makes it stick there. Good move there from him, and he's a very, very talented man. There comes Thole. He makes a move too. Now that's 2 polos ahead of that brand new car, but back to the front end of Class A. Masters has opened up a little bit of a gap now over Gavin Ross, and Valdi Mikes has moved up very nicely. So he's up into 3rd place now. He's ahead of Gossman, and just on their tail, here comes Finney.
Yeah, these guys are going at it. Valdi's probably thinking to himself, don't start blocking me, Gavin. Keep trying to get hold of Wayne Masters. Valdi goes really close to Gavin Ross. This is it. I'm sure he's going to dive out now and have a go. There it is. Up the inside. A little bit of tire squeal. Andy Gossman gives Valdi a bit of a hurry up the back. And yeah, off they go again. On board with Valdi Mankies. He goes defensive. There's somebody on his outside. He's trying to drag race this person. I'm not sure who it is right now. It's probably Gavin Ross. He's having a go at 2nd position. And there it is. Gavin Ross on his outside. Let's see who's going to make it stick. Is it going to be Gavin or Valdi? Valdi, 2 cars abreast around it. And look behind them. The guys are going. Jason Finney goes up the inside of Gossman. Look at Greg, this is unbelievable stuff.
As per usual, side-by-side action through turn 4. You don't normally see that, but in Goldwagen they give you enough room so you can get through the corners, and they've gone through 2 corners now, side-by-side. Valdi goes through the 3rd corner, side-by-side now. This is amazing stuff, as we say. Right on his tail now is Gavin Ross. He had to just tap off slightly because the left-hander was coming up. Now they go down to the 2nd left-hander on the circuit, and as they come through the final corner, Valdi Mikes has moved up to 2nd place, but it's taken him almost half a lap to do it.
Valdi running a little bit wide. He is really trying hard. Gavin is putting him under huge pressure. Jason Finney sitting there, pretty going, come on, let's get on with this game. I want to get it. I want to have a go at Wayne Masters. I don't want 2nd and 3rd. Jason having a look at Gavin Ross. Up the inside of him now. Can he make it stick? Yes. No. Together they go around the corner again. Andy Gossman goes with Jason. Hopefully he's going to be able to use a slingshot on Gavin Ross, but Gavin got better drive. Jason having to slot in again. Down towards turn 4 they go.
Turn 4 is where they're going to set things up for the top of the hill. Hopefully Finney can get a better drive than what he got out of turn 2. He'll try and set it up. Here's the front end of P yet again. Still Zwartkops fun from Royan. A little bit further back there. Derek Smallberg has fallen a little bit back now into 3rd place. But the battle continues between Thole and Jonathan Roebuck's underguard.
These guys go at it all the way through the field. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Wherever they're having a go. And Derek Smallberger goes up the inside of Quinton Thompson. As you see, Quinton's got a bit of a problem. So he's getting nicely out of the way for these guys to carry on. But the battle reigns between Jonathan and Ryan. These guys are going at it. Ryan in the slipstream, hoping to get enough of a drive to have a go at him in turn 4. Let's have a look if he can do that. As he starts closing up in the draft, will he pull out? Yes, he has a look. Let's have a look, see. Can he get it through? Roebuck, Sonnegaard slams the door in front of Ryan Thole, going, not now, China, some other time. He runs it slightly wide. Ryan's back on the throttle. These guys haven't let up yet.
And speaking of not letting up, here comes Valdi Mikes and Jason Finney up the inside of Ross. So Finney makes a move in the Guyana IT car. The Norbrake car hasn't got an answer. Gossman sitting in 5th place looking for a way past 2. It's 3 City Golf battling in the background there, but up front it's a Polo versus the Golf, and that Wayne Masters car has got a battle on his hands of note. They cross the line to complete another lap. Valdi Mikes goes up the inside. That's a great drive, but Wayne Masters slams the door firmly in his face as they go through turn number 1 now onto the brake markers for turn 2. Masters is defensive, and Valdi Mikes hasn't found a way past just yet, but he looks pretty ominous.
Masters knows that he's got a problem in Valdi. Valdi has got his head down. He's got the horns out and he's going. That's the difference between Golfwagen racing and production cars. We would have gone through there banging handlebars and losing mirrors, but we were not going to let up. Valdi has another look. Wayne goes into turn 4, slightly ahead. Gets it a little bit nice, a little bit loose, nice and ragged. Valdi on the throttle really early, trying to have a go at Masters up the hill. Come on, Valdi, get in the slipstream. Yeah.
Looks like that back marker might come into play. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Well, it doesn't affect him through turn number 5, but hopefully turn 6. Yes, he moves out the way. He can see Class A is coming through. It's a steam train of nature, headed up by the Jonas Way car of Wayne Masters. The Albatross Motors car there, right in 2nd place is Valdi Mikes, and in 3rd place, well, it's a ding-dong battle of note, but back to Class P.
Class P is Jake Zwartkops out in front of Jannie van Rooyen, who's at the moment running slightly ahead of Ray Wolford. He must have had a problem and has got it going again because he's busy on his way back through the field. Wouter Rus, who was qualified 2nd, had a terrible start and is back into 5th place, but he's trying as hard as he can. Derek Smallberger goes up the inside of a back marker in Class A, a newcomer to this formula, and Ryan Thole is right there behind him. Wouter, Jonathan, These guys haven't let up for 1 second.
As they come back down to complete another lap now, it looks as if Ryan Tholay also wants to get past the new man. That's Isaac Cronier in the red polo, so it looks as if he's having a baptism of fire here when it comes to Class P. Tholay going very wide, trying to get past. Back to Class A though, and look at this battle.
These guys are going at it. Valdi just wants through. I'm sure this must be really close to the end of the race. He's putting huge pressure on Wayne Masters. Let's see if he can force Wayne into an error. Valdi is going at it. Wayne is going at it. And down the on board.
Oh, missed the gear. He missed the gear big time.
Wayne Masters has made a mistake. Has he made a mistake? Valdi dives around the outside. He goes, I'll have that. You make that error, I'll have it. Valdi runs wide. Wayne is really battling with his gearbox. If you listen to how that motorcar's revs are up and down all over the show. Shame, and that's an unfortunate thing for Wayne Masters right near the end of the race. But Valdi Mankies goes into the front of this race for the first time in Class A. He must be loving it.
Yeah, coming from pole position and not getting a good start. He had to battle his way through, but he's got to the front end eventually. Gosman now under a bit of a pressure now, and that's from Eddie Rodriguez. Rodriguez runs wide. Gavin Ross sneaks up the inside, but Rodriguez has run wide in turn 2. What a pity there. He was looking really good. He was up into the top 5, and unfortunately looks like that might be the end of the day for Eddie Rodriguez.
Jason Finney going right around the outside, trying to have a go at Wayne Masters as well. Wayne's obviously got a problem. Wayne ran it really tight, but then uses up a whole bunch of road coming out. Let's see whether or not Jason can slingshot past him. Wayne goes defensive. He wants that second place with everything he's got. Jason is going to go out the inside. Let's have a look if he can make it stick. No, Wayne has managed to make that golf 4 as wide as possible, and he's hanging on to second place. I think this is the last lap, Greg. That's why these guys are riding all over to try and keep that position.
Well, Jay Finney looking for a final way to get past Wayne Masters. Albatross Motors is going to take it from pole to flag. A great drive there from Valdi Mankies, although he had to battle hard. Look at how close it is between these two boys. Across the line, is it going to be Finney? Yes, it is. Jason Finney just pops him to the line. Wayne Masters finishes up in 3rd place. That's how close it was. Back to Class P though. Jake Zwartkops has hung on right the way through, basically led from the start, and Jannie van Rooyen is going to finish up in 2nd place with Smallburger in 3rd in Class P. Confirmation of those results, it's Mankies versus Finney, and Masters down in 3rd place. Andy Gosman and Gavin Ross made up the top 5. Jacobs, van Rooyen and Smallburger, then Ryan Tholay and Bodo Roos.
Well, I must say, you don't get the best starts, but it does come right to the end.
I think with the power and the sort of camber we were running, it was the contact patch of the tyre wasn't that big. So yeah, a very bad start.
I mean, you just stood on the line and the others just off they went.
Yeah, it's just smoke.
And then you went up to the front from down in the field and really had a very good race to the finish.
Yeah, I did. I made it sort of a fight back. I had to come from the back. I was 4th at one stage, and I took them one by one. Wayne, unfortunately, had a bit of a gearbox problem, but I caught him and I overtook him, so the race was mine, and it's great.
Class B and C also never failed to deliver racing action, and Carlos Nobre was the man on top of Class B ahead of Kwambi and Bartram. Down in Class C, it was Elna Cruiser who was out in the front.
I've had a good qualifying now for this weekend, and a lot of competition between Kieran Kwambi and Chad Bartram and the others in the field. And
You always seem to manage to get pole position, or pretty close to it.
well, we try to set up the car as perfect as possible to put in that special lap, and it does help being in pole.
So what do you do specially to get a good lap?
Well, keep the weight down, make sure the alignment and tyre pressures are all good, and yeah, try and focus on those 2 special laps to keep pole for both heats.
And do you set it up differently for different circuits?
I do, yes. Yeah, different circuits, different alignments, and different pressures.
Down towards turn number 1, can Nobre use that pole position to his advantage, or is Kieran Kwambi going to try and sneak up the inside in the Gallardo IT City Golf? Round the outside comes Gerard Henning. He's looking for a way pass, and Chad Bartram. Look at this great start there. Wow, it's awesome stuff. The Robbie's Auto Car's in there too. We are going to be in for some ding-dong action here. No doubt about it, Graham.
Chad Bartram throws it straight up the inside. An awesome start from him. And Kieran is left out on the outside. He's got to tuck in behind Chad, on board with Kieran Kwambi as we go down towards turn 4. These guys are going at it with everything these poor little motor cars have got. They are revving it to the absolute maximum. But the race is on. They're after Carlos Nombre. They want that position really bad as Chad goes. Chad throws it into a slide. This is very difficult for Kieran. Does he stay on it? Does he get out of it? He lifted ever so slightly to have a go to let Chad Bartram save that slide. Otherwise, he would have slammed straight at him and Chad would have put it in the wall. He's gone defensive. Chad saved it and he's in right behind him. Dean Lester around the outside at the top of turn 5. Chad runs him slightly wide just to go, I want this position. But the Robbie's Auto car's also in there. Gerard Henning gets in there and there's dust and spares everywhere here, Greg.
Yard sale nearly as well. We're in 5 City Golfs nearly taking each other out, and the Golf 2 just had to get out the way there. So Gerard Henning, good driving there from you, sir, as we come to complete lap number 1. Remember, this is only lap 1 here. We've still got a couple of laps to go in this race.
Do these likes understand this? I don't think so. Gerard Henning flat out through turn number 1. He's having a go. Kieran Kwambi goes defensive. Gerard goes to the outside. He goes, you go inside, I'll go outside. I'm going to swap positions with you every minute now. And Kieran goes outside, Gerard goes inside. Look at this, it's tic-tacs all the way. Gerard, frustrated, he's waving his arm. Come on, Kieran, let's get going. He's virtually inside the boot of Kieran Kwambi's car. Have a look at this stuff.
I think he was actually having a little wave at the man behind him there. Chad Bartram might have given him a little bit of a nudge through turn 2. They come through turn 4 now. It's basically just a lift off up into 3rd gear, and then they just climb on the accelerator up the hill towards turn number 5. Look at Bartram, he's coming in a big way. He knows he made a mistake through there the last lap, and he wants to make up for that lost ground. Gerard Henning's not close enough to Kieran Kwambi. Very late braking there from Kwambi, the Giada RT car. He, of course, is being helped out by young Lee Thompson. Thompson putting all the effort into that car, so it's great to see him pushing very hard in Bridgestone production cars, but also helping out some of the youngsters here in Goldwagen.
The big smiler here all the way is Carlos Nobre, because while these 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th position are scrapping with each other, he's got his head down, he's got clear air in front of him, and he's trying as hard as he can to stay smooth and get away.
Yeah, it's getting completely away here. This is just giving you an idea of the kind of speed they go through turn number 1. Actually, a couple of weeks ago, as I said, doing about 160 k's an hour as you go through turn 1 in these little city golfs, and they really push it to the limit. Then they're hard onto the brakes into turn 2. Gerard Henning hasn't found a way past, and Kieran Kwambi has gone very defensive in that city golf. I don't know how much longer you can hold him off.
He's driving in his mirrors, he's driving everywhere he can to try and keep these guys behind him. But the field is racing right through the field, right down to Class C. That's Elna Cruiser, who's up ahead of the boys in Class C at the moment, Greg.
Yeah, the Gregory's unfortunately not having a good one there out at the moment, and Elna Cruiser is dominating in front of them. 1.6 seconds ahead at the moment. That's about the same time as what she had on pole. But lap 7 out of 10. We've got 3 laps to go as they come to complete this one. It's going to be tight stuff, and it's still the Giada RT car there in 2nd place, keeping the rest of the field at bay. But in doing so, he's not been able to catch Carlos Nobre.
Yeah, Carlos has put his head down and he's going away. Derek Mini running ever so slightly wide there. Look at this, Carlos quite calmly, no lock-up of the brakes. And so is Kieran. He's maybe decided that Gerard cannot get past him, and he's trying to have a go at the front.
Back on board and looking back at Gerard Henning. This is how close it is, and it's gone a little bit further apart than the last time we saw this rear-facing camera. You can see that Gerard Henning has got a battle on his hands in the form of Chad Bartram there in 4th place. A little bit further back there and falling off is Dean Lester. Unfortunately not able to stay with the pace here, but look at this. Late braking as we go in here. That's one of the new cars to the series, as we mentioned earlier. It's Justin Taylor in the Volkswagen Jetta 2, and he's hanging on for dear life just ahead of Peter Thompson. I don't know if Thompson's going to be too happy about that. A new car beating him? He's not too happy when the old cars beat him.
Yeah, Peter is going at it everywhere. Justin Thompson is using up the entire road to try. He's making that Jetta incredibly wide. Look at that, he's not quite on the line, forcing Peter up the inside. Peter stands on the brakes. Come on, Uncle Pete, give him a tap.
Yeah, I think he's going to possibly give him a tap, but they're not going to hold on for that much longer. But here we go, up to the top of the hill. Can Taylor hang on? Thompson's on his tail, a little bit further back there. That is Francois van Sale. Then we go to Philip Cruiser, who's now up there and pushing hard. And there comes the Class C leader. That's Elna Cruiser, going up the inside of one of the Class B competitors. That's number 87. Super stuff there from her. And 87 just gets handed a big one there. Warren Dodd comes back though, and he's not able to make it stick.
Yeah, Warren can't get past this time. Elna is driving that car. She's driving the wheels off that Class C car. These Class B guys can't understand what's going on. But back to the front. Gerard Henning looking inside, outside. Dean Lester's falling slightly off the pace. Evan Rossman under pressure from Derek Mini. Derek doesn't go up the inside, manages to stop it in time. Evan Rossman runs it wide. Derek's now going to have a go at him. Let's have a look. A drag race to turn 4. But it looks like Evan's car has managed to do it. Sitting behind them, Greg, though, is, I think it's Greg Goshman. He's sitting there waiting for these two guys to make an error so that he can have a go as well.
Yeah, Greg Goshman just behind there. There's the 2 Golf 2s behind the City Golf there, and Eben Rothman just keeping them at bay. But back to the front end, it's another battle between 2 City Golfs this time, and only 1 Golf 2. And Gerard Henning has got his hands full. Bartram behind him, and of course Kieran Kwambi out in front of him.
Gerard has got a lot of pressure. He's trying as hard as he possibly can to get past Kieran Kwambi, but Chad Bartram is sitting there going, if you make a silly mistake, it's mine, China. And he's going at it, but this is it to the line. It's Kieran in second, it's Gerard in third, but out in front was Carlos Nobre.
Nobre took it ahead of Kwambi and Henning. Chad Bartram finished up in 4th place with Dean Lester and Evan Rothman, 5 and 6. Elmer Cruiser hung on to the Class C win ahead of the 2 Gregories. Class A and P yet again at each other's throats, and can Valdi Mikey's get a better start this time? He had a bit of a wheel spin. He has the same problem. Seems to be a little bit of lack of traction control as they go down towards turn number 1. Ray Wolford is going to get the whole shot, but Jason Finney sneaks up through the inside of both of them into 2nd place.
3 into turn 1, that is absolutely unbelievable. Look at this, Jason Finney is going to go from 3rd right through into 1st position. Ray hasn't let up at all though. These guys are going to go at it all the way to the bank. Valdi Mankey's on board, revving that car to the limiter, splattering, flat out stuff. Have a look at this, Jason Finney on the inside, Ray Wolford just out of picture on the outside. Valdi Mankey's going to make 3 into the turn 4. No, he decides rather not. Jason and Ray through turn 4. This is the fastest turn on the racetrack, and they managed to get through together.
Amazing stuff, side by side through turn 1, side by side through turn 2. Oh, outside action here, and unfortunately getting taken out was Yanni van Rooyen, and Ryan Tholer had to go very evasive there and a bit wide through turn number 2, and some problems for the Class P Polos.
There was Nico Smith running right out of talent on the brakes. Poor old Yanni van Rooyen, he probably didn't even see him coming. Ryan Tholer has to go right through the sandpit. He's probably right at the back of the field. But unfortunate for Yanni van Rooyen, he was lying second. But out in front is Jake Jacobs, then it's Wouter Rus. Wouter is a relative newcomer to this formula, and he's doing a superb job right now.
He is indeed. We've got a car stranded on the outside of between turn 4 and 5. Look at this. They're still side by side. Can you believe it? They've gone around the entire racetrack, absolutely side by side. Through the final turn now and across the line. It is so close, but no touching. That's the most important thing here. We go back on board with Valdi Mikey's. He's lost out a little bit of ground. That's Eddie Rodriguez just in front of him. And there you can see out in front yet again, Wolford and Finney side by side through turn 1. It's lap 2.
These guys are doing it like a procession. Valdi Mankey's goes up the inside of Eddie Rodriguez. He was right down to 6th position. He sticks it up the inside. Eddie will go around the outside. As you can see, Valdi having to go defensive again. But look at this, Ray and Jason, these guys are mates off the track, but right now they've got so much respect for each other on the circuit. They've been going around, this is almost an entire lap and a half, right next to each other. Wayne Masters is sitting there going, come on guys, decide who wants to lead.
One of you take the lead, come on, make a plan here. Some of us has to win this race. You can't go around taking it side by side all the time. But look at this, up towards turn number 5. Masters looked up the inside, Jason Finney had to go defensive. That might just give him a slight advantage over Ray Wolford. It has indeed. Looks like Wayne Masters is going to capitalize on that too. He goes up the inside, can Wolford hang on? Now it's Masters and Wolford who are doing the same thing as what Finney and Wolford were doing over the last 2 laps.
It's Jason, it's Masters, it's Finney, it's Russ, and it's Valdi Mankey's. These guys are all there. They are right there. Valdi Mankey's giving us a superb camera position.
Yeah, on the outside, looks like Wayne Masters ran a bit wide there. That's given Ray Wolford just a slight opportunity to get up into 2nd place. But for 2.5 laps, we had complete precision driving from Goldwagen Challenge between Jason Finney, Ray Wolford and Wayne Masters. Here they come onto the brakes. Ray Wolford has to make up for big lost ground in the first heat. Remember, he finished way down the field. So a lot of work to do here for Ray Wolford to make up some of those lost championship points that he had.
Ray Wolford must just gather up and go again. But out in front in Class P is Jake Jacobs. He's followed by Wouter Rus, Clayton LaRue, Jonathan Roborg Sonnegaard. These guys are having a battle about 15 seconds down the road, but they're on it. Wouter Rus on board as we can go into turn 1. Just a light lift. Jake Jacobs clips the apex, runs it to the outside. So does Wouter Rus. Wouter has a look up the inside. Can he make this one stick? He's going to force Jakes to go around the outside. Jake sees him coming. He runs a wide line. Wouter tucks it in tight. Also, once again, no touching. These guys are driving perfectly.
Yeah, it's great precision driving yet again from Goldwagen Challenge, and now they head up towards turn 4. Wouter Rus doesn't seem to have the same kind of drive as what you're able to get out of that car. You can see your name emblazoned on the back there, Graham. It looks like Jake Jacobs is doing you proud, yeah, buddy.
He is indeed, but if you have a look on Wouter's car, my name's on there too, so I've got a small problem coming from Wouter Rus any minute now. Clayton LaRue right behind Wouter, probably going to have a look. Wouter decides not this time, has a little bit of a defensive line going in there. Clayton sitting there going, I'll have a go at you soon, China. There it is. Oh, out in front, we've got a safety car. Look at that. Everybody's All the gaps, all the leads that were built up and made have been taken away because the safety car has come out. It's probably because of the stranded car on the left-hand side, Greg.
Yeah, I think so, Graham. Unfortunately, the stranded car has started to cause a bit of a problem there, and we always want to have safety first when it comes to Pro Tour. But we're back up and racing yet again, and the Volkswagen McGann has moved off the circuit and allowed these other cars to come through and absolutely haul.
Unreal stuff. Look at that. Voldy Mankies has managed to get back up to right behind Gavin Ross, and he goes up the inside. He sticks it up the inside of Gavin. A little bit of nerfing going on there. They hit tyres. That's why Voldy's car climbed up into the sky. They touched exactly on the tyres. Voldy wants to the front. He does not want to run in 5th place anymore.
You know, it looks like Wayne Masters wants to get there too, but it's Jason Finney who's out in front at the moment. He's got Ray Wolford closing him down, so that battle resumes. 1, 2 and 3 has not changed. 4th place, Voldy Mikey's dropping back slightly there. Kevin Ross right with him. Late braking. I don't know why he climbed on the brakes there. He should have just changed up a gear. He was right with Voldy, and now he's lost out a lot of ground. He's actually falling into the clutches just behind him there and really pushing hard. It looks like there's going to be a 3-way a little bit further back. That's what we're seeing here from the first 3.
The first 3, the last 3, middle 3. There's always a dice in this game. Jason Finney running as hard as he possibly can. Ray is sitting there. Wayne is sitting there waiting, and Voldy's hoping frantically that these guys have a go at each other so that he can get into the game as well.
He definitely wants to be involved. Unfortunately, just not able to stick with the pace that they're running at the front end. Somebody's getting a flag, though, back to the front end of Class P. Look at this. Clayton LaRue looking for a way past. Wouter Roos goes very defensive, hangs on for dear life. But Clayton LaRue is looking very dominant. He wants past. Wouter Roos now late onto the brakes, just behind Jake Zwartkops, who's starting to come in amongst some of the traffic. So Jake Zwartkops is in the Class A boys and starting to give them a good run for their money.
Yeah, because of the safety car issue, Jakes could close up on the A-class cars. Wouter has got his head down. He wants a piece of Jake Zwartkops, and so does Clayton. Clayton wants a piece of Wouter Roos. These guys are going at it, Greg, all through the field. Josh Broom getting into the Barry Groenewald up into 5th position. Ryan Thole, Sean Dodd, and Nico Schmidt. There's a race right through to 8th position. Ryan is coming back after falling off with, a little bit of a touch from Jason Finney onto Wayne Masters as he locks it up. Wayne has a go up the inside, outside. Oh, this is amazing stuff. Jason Finney doesn't know which way to block next. And Ray Wolford is going, you guys box, I'll have a go leading for a while.
Yeah, he does. It's great to see Ray Wolford back in the front end of the field in that Fuchs car. So can he hang on? The Guyana IT car of Jason Finney is right on his tail now. He's got Wayne Masters running slightly wide onto the main straightaway. There's only a couple of laps to go here, and we are in for an absolute humdinger as they come flat out through turn number 1 and then onto the brakes for the hairpin.
Greg, you mustn't write off Voldy Mankies. He's sitting really, really pretty. As soon as these oaks make a mistake or they start to box with each other, he's going to use that moment to get in on it. Here we are on board with Voldy. As you can see, the gap is there, unfortunately, 3 or 4 car lengths, but he has not let up for 1 minute. He's having a go for all he's worth right now. He wants to get to the front of this field, but the battle is on. He's not going to make, it's not going to be easy for him, but he's trying really hard. Back to the front. Jason Finney has not let Ray Wolford go for 1 second. Ray's run away. Wayne throws it away. Black lines all over the racetrack. On the brakes, Wayne Masters go.
Oh,
there's a problem.
No, there's oil on the circuit there. There's definitely a problem there. You can see cars going off left, right, and center. Wayne Masters was the first one. Gossman went wide. So did Eddie Rodriguez. Hopefully they're going to have a change of surface flag. In fact, you can see it's actually Ray Wolford's car that's spitting oil all over the place. So some big problems here. Jason Finney, hopefully he's not going to be affected by it. He goes round Ray Wolford. So he's got out of trouble. Voldy Mikey's is going to get round Wolford as well. So he moved up into 2nd place. Ray Wolford, as they come across the line, moves into the pit lane. So here we have some major problems. Coming through turn 4, here come the Polos. Oh, a big slide. That is Clayton LaRue. Ryan Thole, Jonathan Roebuck Sondergaard gets out of shape too. We were on board here with Derek Smallberger. Has there been a change of surface flag been put out yet? I don't think so, because we've got absolute chaos here.
It's carnage all over. Barry Groenewald throws it away in turn 4, backs it into the tyre wall. Very lucky, and there's the red flag. It's all over. Jake Zwartkops takes it from Wouter Roos, I think. I'm sure they'll stop this race here, and that's the end of that.
In Class A, Ray Wolford with a very lucky win there, because we picked up that Jason Finney and Voldy Mikey's might have just crossed the line to take the win in 2nd.
So there you go, Ray. Nice win, but boy, that was close. And a little bit lucky too.
I tell you what, that is the most unbelievable race of my life. Driving next to this guy is really something else. You know, I knew that on lap 1, turn 1, I knew that when this guy was next to me and we were together for the next 2 laps, right next to each other, we didn't even touch. Man, I tell you, you can't get a better race than that.
I saw him trying to go around the outside of you too, so he's right at your door.
Outside, inside, left, right, back, forwards, he was everywhere. And I know that's how Jason is, and I respect him as a driver, and I think that's why the two of us can ride together so closely and not bump.
And how come you didn't win?
Because Ray beat me. Well, the red flag came out. I think they go a lap back. I think that's how it works. So Raymond gets the result. But what an awesome race. That was one of the best races I've ever had.
You know, we say that just about every time the Goldwagens race. It's always very good racing.
It is. It's good. It's so close. So it's competitive. The guys, they drive clean. I mean, Ray and I didn't touch each other for 2 laps, and we were next to each other for 2 laps. Okay, we do have the odd argy-bargy here and there, but what an awesome race.
Well, there you go, Jack. Double for the day, but hard racing.
Roger, yes. But I think that's the whole spirit of Class P. Is it's not easy. It's not easy. And the youngsters are coming up there. If you look at Jannie van Rooyen, he's right up there. Wouter suddenly has got something in his bonnet. So, yeah, it makes it harder and harder.
You're hardly an elder statesman.
Yeah, I try to, you know. The old man must hang in there and go like hell. That's what we're doing at the moment.
Putting the pressure on every corner, right? You've got a nose next to you. Folks are really trying.
Yes, Roger, and the guys are riding nicely. If you are missing an apex or if you're slipping up, there's 4 cars that's attacking. So you've got to concentrate, you've got to keep on there.
Can Carlos Nobre make it 2 out of 2 for today? 10 laps will tell us as they get down towards turn 1. Look at Bartram off the line again. Absolutely amazing stuff. He is so quick. And Kieran Kwame has to go very defensive as they come through turn number 1. Luendo corner heading down towards the hairpin.
Chad Bartram smokes him from 4th right through to 2nd place off the line. That he's got some awesome traction control. And we've got Dean Lester being forced wide by Derek Minnie there. But on board with Kieran Conway as we look back, it's Derek Minnie and it's Dean Lester. Once again, side by side go the Class B cars.
And down towards turn number 4, you can see that the sun is probably going to start affecting the drivers now. They're going to use those Goldwagen stickers to very good effect as they come through turn number 4. It's Kieran Kwame who's into 3rd place. He needs to move up if he wants to make it 2 out of 2 for the day, but I'm sure he'd prefer to be up there and ahead of Carlos Nobre. We go on board here with Gerard Henning, the Robbie's Auto Volkswagen Golf, just behind Thompson as they come under braking for turn 5. He goes up the inside, looks for a way, but you can see late braking from some of the other drivers up front there. But whoa, what happened there? There goes Philip Cruiser. He got tapped big time into turn 5, and he's ended up in the kitty.
Yeah, I hope he can get it out there nice and gently. He's got to get back in this game. And there he goes. But out in front, we've got
Carlos Nobre.
That's the one. Thank you, Greg. Carlos Nobre is smoking him. Kieran Combi under huge pressure now from Chad Bartram. He's managed to get back into 2nd place. Look at that. Chad is concentrating as hard as he can. There's no lift off. There's no gap created. These guys are at it all the way down to turn 1. Will Kieran go defensive? No, he doesn't. Chad slots in behind him. That's clever racing because if they start boxing now, then Carlos Nobre starts to get away again. But right throughout the field, there's a race. Gerard Henning goes up the inside of Evan Rothman. Is he going to be able to make it stick? He's trying to get the slingshot. They're running right behind Craig Gammy. There's going to be 3 into 1, I'm sure. Evan Rothman goes to the outside. Craig Gammy taps him, and he slams it straight into the front of Gerard Henning. What are you doing, Craig Gammy?
3 cars being taken out there by Craig Gammy, unfortunately just taking evasive action to keep him at bay, but he ends up in the kitty litter nonetheless, so not such a good move there from Gammy, but I'm sure he's going to learn a lesson from that and possibly just get some serious having a chat to by the clerk of the course after this. That's number 29, he's stuck there now. That is Evan Rothman. He has to reverse out of turn 4. Fortunately, well, here we go on board the replay. Look at this from the inside of Gerard Henning's car. Hello, where did that come from?
Yeah, Gerard doing Evan Rothman a huge favour. If he didn't bang the nose of that car to the outside, he would have stuck it straight in the wall. But back to the front, we've still got Carlos Nobre. Then we've got Kieran Combi. Then we've got Chad Bartram. Then we've got Dean Lester. Then we've got Derek Minnie. And they are right with each other. One error from any of them, and they're going to lose that position.
President Plumbing car of Dean Lester, he's right on the tailpiece and looking to catch up to Bartram. He wants to make it a 4-way battle for that number 1 position on the podium. And it looks like Carlos Nobre is going to have a lot more to deal with this race than what he did in the first one. However, they've got to work together. They cannot let him get away. And Kwambi's up to 2nd. Bartram now to 3rd. Lester coming along with Derek Minnie just behind him.
Kwame doing a great job. He's starting to close in on Carlos Nobre, but I think Carlos is probably riding a really comfortable race. I think he's got a little bit intact or a little bit in reserve there, Greg. But Peter Thompson having a look at up the inside of the Van Zyl car, falling back a little bit. Peter might have a problem. By the looks of things, Peter's got a problem. Sorry about that, Uncle Pete. But out in front, we've got Carlos Nobre, then Kieran Kwambi, Chad Bartram, Dean Lester under a little bit more pressure this time round coming into turn one. He's under pressure from Derek Murray, but so is Carlos. Carlos is being caught very steadily by Kieran Kwambi, eh, Greg?
Very, very good driving there from the top 6 drivers, in fact. And there's the leader of Class C. She still hangs on. Elna Cruiser is going to finish up, and actually she's going to beat her husband too, because he's behind her. Can you believe it? I think you'd put the car in the wall if it was me.
Yeah, I reckon, Philip, I would make a plan if it was me. There would be something wrong with my car, I promise you. But out in front, Elna Cruiser doing a great job for Class C. She's ahead of a whole bunch of Class B cars. This lady is giving them a hard time.
It's great to see her improving every single time she gets out onto the circuit, and it doesn't look like she's going to be beaten by Warren Dodd yet again. He also has to take evasive action and hangs on, and he just tucks in behind her. But Philip Cruiser has got a lot of work to do to catch up to his wife as they head up towards turn number 5. Look at this, 5 cars abreast. It's like an attack of the killer City Golfs.
Yeah, the freight train, she's out in front. Craig Gammy coming through the field, this time getting through there without taking anybody out. And he goes through past Warren Dodd. He's trying to recover from the spin he had a little bit earlier. Evan Rothman is also there trying to get hold of Craig Gammy. I'm sure he's got a lesson for Craig Gammy if he can catch him.
Yeah, I think he might have a little chat afterwards, the two of them. But as they complete another lap now, the laps are dying, so is the light. Are we going to have enough here to keep us going for the rest of this day's racing? As they come through turn 1 yet again, Rothman up the inside of Cruiser, looking for a way past, but Philip Cruiser's got a bit of turn of pace on that little City Golf of his. What is happening up there? We've got to drive out the car, walking on the circuit. Who is that?
That's Dean Lester. He, for some other strange reason, decided to fix it right now. Is about the right time to do it. Out in front of this gaggle, though, is Elna Cruiser. She is holding the whole bunch of them behind her. She has got the widest Class C car in the field, but Craig Gammy now manages finally to get past her. He's going, sheesh, what more must I do?
Yeah, I had a lot of work to do there, and I'm sure that the blue flags would have been waving, but of course she's in her own race, so they've got to make her way around, and the idea is just hold your line and let the Foster car get past you.
She's doing a great job there, Greg, but out in front, Carlos Nobre, I think, has managed to stretch the gap over Kieran Kwambi quite significantly. As I said earlier, I think he's got something in hand there. He thought it's time to just go, prove a point, and make it to the line in first place with a great gap. A great first for Carlos Nobre, then Kieran Kwambi, and I'm sure Chad Bartram in third.
Bartram in third place, Minnie Gossman, Henning and Taylor the top 7 in B, and Elna cruises to victory in C.
All I said was domination. I don't think you saw another racing car in front of you all day.
I haven't. I was quite fortunate. I think we did our homework and we capitalized. You know?
And this car's absolutely ideal for this circuit. Eh?
Absolutely. It really turns on the ticky and it goes well. You know?
It really hums along, I must say.
It does. The motor also built by V8 Performance, 8-valve Performance, and yeah, motor is decent horsepower, but I think the handling is the key.
In the championship points, Nobre now leads by 2 points over Jacobs. It's Kieran Kwambi in third, Finney in fourth, and Wayne Masters down in fifth place. Big thanks for some amazing action yet again to Goldwagen in the Goldwagen Challenge.